Let's use this studio today. Yeah, let's go this.
Studio 1. Let's talk about Monster.
Yeah, today we're going to be doing Monster. Big song we did for EXO in 2017. And it was one of the first real big songs we had, wasn't it? So, means a lot to us, and yeah.
Can't wait to show you.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be doing EXO's Monster today, showing you how we did that behind the beat. So let's get into it.
Let's go!
So straight away, the first sound you hear is this synth sound.
But trust us, it didn't start like that.
No, it didn't. So this sound initially, it's from a plugin called Synth. It's just a synth sound. And then this is how it originally sounded.
No good.
So this came about, we were just experimenting with sounds, and we just found this one sound and was messing around with the different plugins, and it's always good to just try and make something a little bit more unique. So we added some overdrive, some distortion, camel fat. We spoke about this on some of our other videos if you've seen those.
And the good thing about this, that's what you can hear it there, it adds it like almost gives it a side chain through the camel fat, which we found really interesting. The next sound is the main sound you hear completely throughout the song, which is the lead synth. And again, a lot of people ask us how this sound was made, and it's really basic. It's just from Synth. And then if you go into the MIDI, you can see that it's got the glide on it, which completely changes the sound, as you can see. And then if you set that to 0, you'll hear it without the glide, and again, it's just boring. It's just about little tricks like that that can really help develop the sound and make it interesting for the listener.
So the next part of the song is the 808 and the drums come in, the bass line and the drums. And again with the bass, you can hear this. Again, we put some pitch glide just to give it a bit of variation.
Again, it's just, and with this one, in the verses, it's just single one note hits. There's no note changes on it, it just stays that one static key throughout the whole verse.
Drums.
There's a lot of claps layered on top of each other in this one. We couldn't decide, so we thought, instead of eliminating, let's just put them all in.
So what really makes this groove is the hi-hats that come in as the verse progresses. It's already a kind of lazy feel to the beat, but the hi-hats,
it switches up the rhythm as well. It's kind of unexpected when
you
have that kind of rhythm.
Bit of a triplet feel on the hats, you know. And this section now is basically the pre-chorus. And again, with K-pop, we always want to make it different dynamic sections and just keep the listener interested throughout. So on this section here, you can hear the bass starts to switch up. You can hear some effects start to creep in.
And we put a lot of reverb on this to kind of make it feel distant and then get close to you, to use it as an effect. And that just has a pitch wheel on it again, just to create the riser on it.
We love pitch wheels, don't we?
We do, yeah.
We do.
So next part is the chorus, and we're going to start with the Rhodes. As you can see here, it's actually just 3 chords, just repeated. So that's what we started with, and again we build on that. So we start to add bells.
Yeah, the chorus is layered with quite a few sounds, so you can hear there's a piano, pad, sub bass, basically just to fill up the space in the track, add extra dynamic and make it feel like a defined section.
Yeah.
So we'll show you some of those individually. As I start to unsolo here, you can hear pads, piano, a bell.
One of my favourite parts in this chorus is our influence from drum and bass, and we use this really cool wide sounding bass pad which really creates width once you add it to a sub. And again, it incorporates a lot of glide on it, and the plugin we used for this was the ABL Pro X. And we just added a bit of sonorous on it, which just gives it a nice bit of chorus width, just adds to the dynamic.
So now we've got all the elements that make up the chorus, the pads, pianos, bells, bass line, and obviously the drums. Now when we get to the chorus, the drums change slightly and go a bit straighter, and the reason we did this was, one, to switch the rhythm to keep it exciting, and also just to make it feel like a big stadium song. So we'll just show you that. One of the things about K-pop shows is the light sticks. So like having the beats on the one, we kind of envisage the audience participation with that. So yeah, it's great.
So the next part is the dramatic part of the song that really captures your attention. We've had so much energy up to this point, and we get to the bridge, and we really wanted to create a moment that really takes the song in a different direction. And again, going back to that visual of the concert, lights changing, everything getting a bit more dramatic. Funny enough, we were struggling with this part, and I remember the night before in the hotel watching Skyfall and how their orchestration was just beautiful, and I really wanted to kind of have that element within the song. So as you can see here, we've got the SRX orchestra strings, which really create that feel. I'd love to see this live. Would love to see this live with a real violinist.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
So on this string section, right at the end, we have this scale that just goes up, and it gives it that real kind of James Bond Skyfall feel. It goes like this, and in the song it sounds like this. Yeah.
So in addition to the string that rises up on the last part of the middle eight, we've got some drums, some orchestral type of timpanis. And of course we've got the big ad-lib.